the champs, both brave and bold. From Sunday lights to Monday night, we're singing takes that just sound right. Toxic Couch TV, the gridiron's melody. Toxic Couch TV, hot takes in perfect key. That QB's cold, but he still got soul. Defense wins when the nights turn old. Ooh, the game's on a roll. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, boom, boom. Now here's the breaking news. Don't change that view. And don't change that view. Toxic Couch TV, your weekly show with glee. Colton and Alex, harmony. Toxic Couch TV. Stay tuned, folks. Hey, 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 we're live from the couch where the big boys play. Colton Heinrich, sharp as a tack. Alex Blackwood's got the stats to back. We're tossing hot takes like a perfect pass. Talking touchdowns, tackles, and a little sass. Toxic Couch TV, where the banter flies so free. Toxic Couch TV, you get your sports straight from we. We call the plays before they unfold. Predict the champs, both brave and bold. From Sunday lights to Monday night, we're singing takes that just sound right. Toxic Couch TV, the gridiron's melody. Toxic Couch TV, hot takes in perfect key. That QB's cold, but he still got soul. Defense wins when the nights turn old. Ooh, the game's on a roll. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, boom, boom. Now here's the breaking news. Don't change that view. And don't change that view. Toxic Couch TV, your weekly show with glee. Colton and Alex, harmony. Toxic Couch TV. Stay tuned, folks.
There we go. Now we've got audio. Okay, maybe we redo the intro because we had no audio. All right, ready, set, re-roll.
redo.
Hang on.
Re-roll.
Here we go. We're going to re-roll this.
Today's episode of Toxic Couch TV is brought to you by Heinrich's Harmony. Heinrich's Harmony offers private piano, guitar, and voice lessons rooted in a Christ-centered approach to music education. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced musician, you'll find lessons that help you grow in skill and faith. Learn more or sign up today at stepstograce.com and scroll to Heinrich's Harmony, where faith and music come together in perfect harmony.
They say that the second time is the charm, because this is the second time that we've recorded it, because we've been informed that there was no audio. So welcome back to Toxic Couch TV on the rightful day of Thursday. Thank goodness we're finally back. We recorded an emergency episode. What was it, Tuesday?
Yes, we did, because an emergency thing happened in the NFL that we needed to discuss.
Yes, and we will get into that in just a second. You may notice that I am wearing a Daredevil mask. That is because I am cosplaying as a blind referee today.
That is a great and amazing and very intelligent costume. Once again, welcome to Toxic Couch TV. I am Alex Blackwood. This is my buddy Colton Heinrich, disguised as Daredevil and disguised as a blind ref. Let's get right into it with our team's reactions, because no better way to start. The Jacksonville Curse, if you are an Indianapolis Colts fan, is not easy or fun to deal with, and it has happened every single year since 2015. In terms of how we actually played on the field, Riley Leonard actually was decent. The rest of the offense was not. The rest of the offense looked really bad. Jonathan Taylor couldn't get much going. He even fumbled, which he doesn't do. And the offensive line was inconsistent. The receivers, they had some good reps here and there. At the end of the day, this was just an overall sluggish day for the Colts offense in the rain, too. Defense, obviously, wasn't much better, but not much you can expect during the Jacksonville Curse. Again, it is just a painful, painful experience for us fans, the players, the Irsay family. I could go on, but that's all I got. There's not much else I can say about it.
You lost Daniel Jones to a torn Achilles. R.I.P. to his season.
The state of Indiana is cursed. Tyrese Halliburton, Caitlin Clark, now Daniel Jones.
Not to mention you lost Jim Irsay this year too. Big curse. However, like we covered in our emergency episode, and we'll talk about later, a savior who is 44 years old and is a grandpa is coming to Indy and looks like he's going to play on Saturday? Or on Sunday, I'm sorry?
Oh yeah, that is right. We got a certain guy by the name of Phillip Rivers, who has a daughter that is older than Riley Leonard, going out and not sure if he's starting yet, but he will be on the roster or practice squad on Sunday when we go off to Seattle and play the Seahawks. So that'll be a very fun story to watch from now until Sunday.
Absolutely. All right, is it my turn?
It is your turn, Daredevil.
All right. Despite the bad refs all game, it felt like, and normally I don't blame refs, so we're not going to talk about it more than just what we've talked about now. The Green Bay Packers have renewed their ownership once again, and Caleb Williams is no longer undefeated at Lambeau Field.
So the fans have renewed themselves?
What?
Yeah. Because the Packers are owned by the fans.
Well, true. But you know who owns the Bears is the Green Bay Packers. And after winning a meaningless game in Week 18 last year, Bears fans were like, Caleb Williams, Caleb Williams, Caleb Williams, even though all of our starters were pulled by the second quarter. Okay? We're still 12-0 against the Bears. That last game doesn't count. 28-21, the Bears drove it down, and this game, despite the score, you may say, well, it was a 7-point game, one-score game. That was actually not the case if you watched it. Jordan Love had one bad drive, and it was his first drive where he threw that one interception that was pretty nasty. But then he threw 3 touchdowns. He was 17 for 25 and had 234 yards, putting up MVP numbers. Still one of the lowest interception rates in the entire NFL. Jordan Love has been intercepted and sacked as many times as he has thrown touchdown passes this season.
Yeah. Crazy.
Can't be more efficient than that, right? Mm-hmm. Caleb Williams had 1 pick, 2 touchdowns, 186 yards, 19 for 35. Josh Jacobs had a rushing touchdown. Christian Watson had 2 touchdown catches. DeAndre Swift was held to 13 carries for 63 yards. And then Luther Burden, their leading receiver, had 4 receptions for 67 yards. It was domination left and right for the Green Bay Packers. We are once again kings of the North. Tough game this week. Very, very tough game. So I'm hoping that it doesn't go south for us.
So we got a big show this week, so why don't we right away get into overreaction or not. If you are brand new to Toxic Couch TV, this is how overreaction or not works. I will be giving Colton a hot take or reaction that I had from this week. Colton here is going to tell me whether or not I am overreacting and give his reasoning why, and then I will give my reasoning for my opinion on it. And then the roles will reverse. Colton will give me one, and the same will occur. And I am going to start with my first reaction, which is Disney needs to stop their stupid broadcasts.
No, because you are not the target audience. Just like the Nickelodeon ones, they have a place. You're not the target audience.
No. This is the difference between Disney and Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon will actually credit the players who got a touchdown. Okay, so in the first quarter, was that Omarion Hampton who got in for a rushing touchdown?
That would be correct.
See, I would have never known that. And you know why? Because they credited the touchdown to James P. Sullivan. And
Sullivan had a great game, though.
Oh, yeah.
Sullivan had a great game.
Believe me, he did. And it was fun to watch. But you also got to have some kind of realism with this, too. You can't just have CGI characters running around the field all the time, accumulating every single possible stat. It gets so confusing for us as fans, and it's just, oh my gosh.
I am going to say an overreaction because the memes are too funny, and I enjoy the chaos that comes from it. Now, have I been able to watch any of these games all the way through on when they did The Simpsons and when they did Toy Story? No, I have not been able to. I haven't been able to finish it. But that's fine. That's not the issue. But man, who would you want, like, what franchise would you want to do next if Disney were to do another one?
I would want to stay in the Pixar universe.
Yeah.
I feel like Inside Out could work.
What if Carl Fredrickson throws 6 interceptions in a game?
Oh, jeez.
You do an up one?
I'm not...
Russell's running routes.
Russell's too fat for all. Put him on the line. No, I'm telling you, put Anger at running back, and Stephen A. Smith is doing a whole highlight reel called Angry Runs.
No, being genuine though, I would love to see like a Mickey Mouse and Friends one. I think that would work so well.
Yeah, it could work.
Let's see. I wonder. Moana was one we were talking about that could work. I would like to see Moana. See Maui out there throwing touchdown passes.
Oh yeah.
Make Myles Garrett Maui. Yeah.
Oh jeez. I am also going to say overreaction. Just because it's a good thing for kids to be able to get engaged with football.
That's right.
And it's at the end of the day, it's about them, not about me.
That's correct.
But all I'm going to say is, I am never watching that again.
All right.
Your turn, Colton.
This is fogging up, so I'm going to take it off.
Oh, welcome, Colton.
Oh, hi. Yeah, sorry. I can see again. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Here's mine, Alex. That was not a catch for Isaiah Likely.
It's not an overreaction, but the rules are completely stupid and need to be changed, I think.
That's an interesting one.
It's like if it's in your hands and you get 2 feet down, come on, you have possession at that point,
I'm trying
right?
to fix my hair. Yeah. No, that's not how that works.
Which is ridiculous.
He was running sideways, had the ball out like this. He got 1 foot down, 2 foot down before he could tuck the ball, or before he could take one more step. It was batted out of his hands, which means there was no football move to follow. Which you can be tucking the ball while taking your second step, and that's a football move. But him being out like that, that's not a football move. That doesn't count.
So sick of that term, football move. That just further proves why this is called the No Fun League.
Sure.
So I'm going to say not an overreaction because that's just kind of how the rules are. But, yeah.
My hair is being all weird after being in the Daredevil mask.
So my next take was similar in that I said the NFL catch rules suck, but I'm going to say the Ravens are still the better team.
I disagree. The Ravens have a lot of issues. On paper going into the season, we could have said that, but they have proven time in and time out this year that they are not the better team.
I'm actually going to agree with you there. They're not. They've been dealing with way too many issues all season long, and they got to wake up.
Can I steal a charger from you? My iPad's going to die.
Of course you may.
Oh, I don't have to steal it. Oh, thank you. I
That was the
appreciate
only
being able
charger
to-
I could even.
Well, there's one over there, but it's okay.
Over there.
Okay, thank you. Great.
I'm at 100%.
Cool.
Um,
Awesome. Let's keep going.
yeah.
All right. I think that's a gross overreaction. You tell me.
Well, yeah, I said I agree with you.
Oh,
That's a
sorry.
gross overreaction.
I was too worried about my charger. Jordan Love is an MVP candidate.
Definitely not an overreaction. This dude has had so many big time touchdown games, so well in prime time, so well under the lights, has been clutch, has been absolutely carrying his offense, just been arguably the best quarterback in the NFL this season.
Pookie for MVP.
Yep.
Pookie
That's
for
right.
MVP. And if it doesn't happen this season, it's going to happen at some point. For sure. So I'm going to go not an overreaction. He's definitely a top 5 candidate for MVP this year.
All right. Jalen Hurts is an average QB at best.
I said, darn, Jalen actually sucks in mine. So I'm actually going to go not an overreaction here. I believe, I think that he's a bottom 15 quarterback in the NFL.
I'm going to say something that we've never said on this show before. Underreaction. He is much worse than average in my eyes. This dude can't even seem to read a field for some reason this season. It's just, ugh.
He also, we've talked about it a little bit. I've said that I didn't want to give the Eagles any credence when it came to their locker room issues. Jalen Hurts tends to be the one at the center of all those issues.
But it's not like a locker room drama type issue, though. It's just him being buns.
Well, no, but it is him having locker room issues, though. For example, when he was invited to the White House, he said that he was, quote, busy, and read into that with what you will, and was more concerned with making a political statement than celebrating with his team. When Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown both went. I think that a lot of people believe in A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley a lot more than they believe in Jalen Hurts, and I think that all of Jalen's flaws are being exposed with a lesser offensive coordinator.
For sure. Regardless, I'm going to say underreaction.
Underreaction.
All right. You're up.
Let's see. Phillip Rivers will save the Colts.
Overreaction.
No.
Not because he can't, and not because he's not a good schematic fit for them, unironically. It's because the Colts have way too many other issues right now.
You guys need, how many games do you need to win to make it into the playoffs?
Well, we're sitting at 8-5, which is tied for the 7th seed, but Houston has tiebreaker over us. So really it depends on who else wins and who else doesn't.
So you need 2 wins. You need to beat out Jacksonville and you need to beat out Houston one more time.
Very true. We also have Seattle and San Francisco on our schedule, which is going to make it very hard.
Right. Yeah, that's tough.
That is the toughest schedule in the NFL.
I'm going to go not an overreaction just because I want to see what happens. And if he can squeak out 2 wins, it's a success.
Yeah.
If he goes 500 in these last 4 games, it's a success. Make the playoffs or not, it's a success.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree. I'm actually gonna disagree and say that that's an overreaction. But
Okay.
oh my god, I gotta focus. I gotta really wake up here. This Colts talk has me very depressed. And this next take I'm about to share is going to make me depressed as well. The Texans are going to the Super Bowl.
With that defense wins championships. I could see it happening, but I am going to say overreaction. I think that there are better defensive units that are going to win the Super Bowl this year.
I'm going to say overreaction, but for a different reason. I am not impressed with C.J. Stroud at all. He is a totally different player than he has been the past 2 seasons. And I know the O-line has struggled too, but looking back 2 weeks when he played the Colts, I saw him overthrow like every single receiver on the roster. And then on this past Sunday, I saw him overthrowing more guys as well. And it was just, I couldn't sit and watch it. I literally, when I went home from your house that night, I just didn't turn the game on.
Understandable.
I knew the Texans were going to hold the Chiefs off anyway because the defense is just that good. And that's why this is even a discussion right now. At the end of the day, Texans are not going. They have yet to go to an AFC championship in their franchise history.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't even think they'll make it that far. They're lucky if they make the playoffs. We are getting super whited out, by the way.
By this camera, yes.
Yes. Hey, Amaya, could you do me a favor? Could you come turn down the lights by any chance? While I give us our next take?
Sure.
All right. Thank you. The Falcons are exactly who I said they were all the way back when you told me I didn't believe in them enough.
Unfortunately, this is no longer an overreaction. I really think Raheem is what killed this team. With just horrible management of the offense and not particularly great play calling on the defensive side. I really think he is 100% to blame and that he will be the first coach out. So that's not an overreaction from me.
There's a minus button on that right there. Yep. Nope. See the little blue light right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a minus button on there. Hey.
Granted, the Falcons have
so much
also
better.
had some
So much
sort
better,
of
thank you.
injury. Granted, the Falcons have dealt with a lot of injuries, but it's not like the people that filled in couldn't play.
Yep. I'm with you. Okay. You're next.
You got to give your opinion.
Oh, I think that this is... I knew I was right. I knew the Falcons didn't have it, and I knew Penix didn't have it. I know he's not playing right now, but it doesn't change. Bijan is a game-changing player, but he will have a successful career elsewhere.
The Chargers are a legit contender.
No. That's an overreaction.
Really?
Yeah. Legit contender who isn't even first in their own division. And there's a reason they're not first in their own division. They don't have the defense to back. Their offense has the struggles. Herbert is getting pressured almost more than any quarterback in the entire NFL. Herbert wins games.
Yes.
Herbert wins games for this Chargers team.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen a team more carried by a single player than this Chargers team right now. That is what I will say.
Here's what I'm going to say. This team is getting a lot healthier in these past few weeks. And you got to remember, the team that is in first place literally lost to this Chargers team when they were fully healthy.
That's true.
So,
But they're not going to get fully healthy for the rest of the season and into the Super Bowl and into the deep playoffs because of that O-line. They have a lot of guys that are out for the season. However, Rashawn Slater, great pickup.
oh yeah.
Great pickup. They needed it.
Mm-hmm. So for all these reasons, I'm going to give actually one more argument. Justin Herbert has yet to win a playoff game in his career.
Yes, but I think that he'll keep making it.
I cannot seem to trust this man in the playoffs. I can't bring myself to do it. So yeah, for that reason, I'm going to agree with you and say this is an overreaction.
Yeah, show us something. Okay. It's time for Kelsey to be done, and Mahomes is no longer Superman. Double header there.
Kelsey done, not an overreaction, for sure. But Mahomes being done as Superman, that is an overreaction for me.
Really?
NFL players can absolutely have down years. We've seen that with Tom. We've seen that with a whole bunch of different guys. We've seen multiple with Aaron Rodgers. At least 2 with Rodgers.
No, I'm just counting how many MVPs he has.
That's true. That's true. What about all the MVPs Mahomes has? He has 2. So they both have multiple MVPs. Your point?
I've got 4 of them. I've got 4 points about that Aaron Rodgers take. Whatever.
Okay.
This isn't about Aaron Rodgers.
Both have multiple MVPs. this isn't about A-Rod, though.
Not about A-Rod.
The point is, Mahomes will be back. And he will be out for vengeance.
Ooh, I don't know.
So, and for that reason, I'm going to say that is an overreaction.
I think, okay, if I had to diagnose the issue, I think Mahomes got out of shape in the offseason. And I think that what happened is he did not all of the noise happening. He did not lock in after the Super Bowl loss, as we've seen quarterbacks do. He's been wildly inaccurate this year. His completion percentage is the lowest for his entire career. And this is the first time. The Chiefs are going to go as far as Patrick Mahomes takes them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to the playoffs this year. This is not an overreaction for me. As of right now, he is no longer Superman. He could have a redemption arc, but I don't think I'll see it.
The Bears will miss the playoffs.
Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go overreaction for now. If they lose to the Lions, then it's not an overreaction. However, I will throw you one that I had even longer term. Caleb and the Bears will not be good next year.
That's an overreaction.
What about the Vikings? They're literally almost the same exact team.
Okay, Caleb is miles above McCarthy, though.
But they had the Vikings had Sam Darnold last year, led them to a 14-win season with a first-year head coach, and now how's it going?
Okay, but that same head coach QB duo will be back next season.
I don't think
And
Caleb
Ben Johnson will be in the
Caleb
running for
Williams
Coach
doesn't
of the
have
Year.
it. Caleb doesn't have it. You watched the same game that I did. Caleb Williams in the fourth quarter, sure. But he was using his legs more than anything,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams, I will die on this hill and say that Caleb Williams does not have it.
No. I think Caleb will continue to progress and get better. I do.
It looks like he's regressing, though, because he's missing passes. His completion percentage, he went like 0 for 5 in the first quarter.
You also played against him. Green Bay owns them.
That's correct.
That's kind of a different story.
That's correct. All right. Go ahead.
No, this is you.
Joe Burrow will retire early.
Not an overreaction. We are seeing this. This is literally the same situation as Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Unless he gets traded out of there,
Yep.
out of Cincinnati, then we're going to have a different conversation. But the O-line has been neglected for years. The defense has been neglected for years. They tried to make everything revolve around the QB and receivers, and only giving them the big bucks that they have no money left for anyone else, and no good draft picks have been spent on any of those defenders either.
Yep. Just a mismanaged organization altogether, I would say.
Shamar Stewart.
Very
There was so much drama this offseason, for example, with Shamar Stewart, just for him to end up being a bust thus far.
Yep.
I'm going to say that's not an overreaction.
I'm also going to say it's not an overreaction. I'll get into my take later, but yes, not an overreaction.
Gino and Pete are one and done.
Yes, that is not an overreaction. I'm with you. I
I
am with you.
I don't even have to really discuss it. That's not an overreaction either.
Yeah. All right, I've got a few more. The Browns' QB problems have been solved. It is now just time to let the coach go.
Oh! Whoa! Wow. That's a hard one. Stefanski, huh? Stefanski the problem? But the thing is, Stefanski is the coach that has led them to the playoffs for the first time in 20 years. You don't want to let go of a guy when you have a good thing going for the future. I'm going to say the Stefanski part is an overreaction. Now, should the Browns keep Shedeur long term? Absolutely they should. They need to give Stefanski one last chance, if you ask me.
He's got to go. He's the one who's been holding Shedeur out. He's the one who didn't want to draft Shedeur, and Shedeur is proving everybody wrong. I'm going to be honest with you. Stefanski seems like the biggest issue right now.
But Stefanski's play calling is also what's making him as successful as he is right now. It's a big part of it.
Yeah, but he's going to air it out no matter what. You can't start your relationship that rocky.
Very true. But he's definitely making up for it with these past few weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Stefanski has to go.
No, I think Stefanski needs one last chance.
All right.
Oh, I have a whole bunch left.
I've got 2 left.
Yeah, and I think I know what one of them is going to be. I gotta... Ooh, here's a good one. Here's one that's under the radar, kind of. Michael Wilson is the wide receiver 1 for the Cardinals.
Overreaction.
Really?
Yeah, it's Marvin Harrison.
Based on the way that...
Marvin's been hurt. He had appendicitis. He's been out for 4 weeks.
But you look at how Michael Wilson has been performing on a consistent basis ever since, and it's miles better than Marvin ever got at this point. And for that reason, I am going to say that's not an overreaction.
But Jacoby has had more time with Wilson than he has with Marvin. Gross overreaction here, I think.
I don't know. I don't think it really is. I think Michael Wilson has just shown more all-around talent this season.
All right.
Even when Marvin was healthy.
You ready for my last one?
You have 2 more, I thought.
Yeah, but the last one's really an honorary last one. The NFL refuses to call holding against Micah Parsons because if they did, it would happen every play, and that would be a problem for their explosive offense initiative.
Not an overreaction. I do think they need to start calling that stuff.
They are intentionally not calling it, though. That's what's bothering me.
Yeah.
Micah's getting choked on every play.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not an overreaction.
And Cowboys fans were saying it, too. When Micah was still with Dallas and no one cared.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of a sudden, people do.
Oh, well, that's because Packer fans are louder.
Yeah. And no one cares about the Cowboys anyway.
Literally.
Yeah. I have a bunch left on here, but my last one is going to be Tyler Shough will start for the Saints in 2026.
Barring one thing, I will say, if the Saints have the number 1 pick, that is what would change.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they'll wind up with the number 1 pick. I would say that even if they wind up with the number 2 pick, I could see them going for Mendoza. But other than that, yeah, I don't disagree with you. Not an overreaction.
I don't think it's an overreaction either. I think Tyler Shough, if you really look at his tape and how he's played, he's been very solid and could really grow into a role with the Saints offense.
Yep.
All right.
Last one.
The last one.
You want the honors this week?
Sure. The Cowboys need to be sold.
Jerry Jones should sell the team.
Yeah.
Not an overreaction, as always.
This was never an overreaction.
Never will be.
Ever since like 2000 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not an overreaction.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that concludes overreaction or not, and we send it over to a brand new segment that we have called the End of Bye Playoff Picture. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go through the 19, 20, 21 teams that are still alive for the playoffs and just discuss whether or not they have a chance of getting in.
Oh, hang on, it ran twice. Let's do this the right way. 1 second. Give me 1 second. We're going to do this the right way. All right, rolling the graphic.
All right.
Here it comes.
Yeah, there's our nice graphic.
There's our nice graphic. And then here comes the AFC picture. Ready?
Yep, there's the AFC.
All right, go for it, Alex.
All right, we're just gonna kind of go down the list for the AFC. We don't have to talk about Denver and New England, right? They've won 10 straight games. They're in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with Jacksonville. They've looked good, but a lot of people don't trust them, especially going into the playoffs.
I don't like Jacksonville, period. I've told you that 100 times.
Well, of course, but you have to look purely at how they're playing on the field, and it looks really, really good these past few weeks. I really just believe that Jacksonville may be the most underrated team in this conference as of right now.
I disagree. Trevor can play some really bad football.
But when he plays good football, it is good, darn good football.
Maybe. I just am very anti-Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
I won't change my opinion there.
Looking at the race for the AFC North, the Bengals still have a shot in that division some way, somehow, and parts of me really think that they could pull it off, knowing the current state of the Steelers and Ravens. The Ravens, people have been talking about them even cleaning house. Man. Colton, who do you think takes the AFC North race?
Oh, it's Steelers.
You think so?
Yeah. I have no doubt in my mind it's the Steelers.
Yeah, it's looking like it'll probably be Pittsburgh. I do think Baltimore could. They match up one more time yet this season, and I feel like Baltimore could make that last-second push because John Harbaugh's job might be on the line. We'll be talking more about hot seat in later episodes as we get further towards the end of the season. The Bengals are a team to watch just because of how Joe Burrow's been ever since coming back from injury.
Yeah.
So,
another year, another 2% chance for the Bengals to win the or make it to the playoffs.
Our wild card teams right now: the Chargers, the Bills, the Texans. The Bills, they have Josh Allen. With Josh Allen, they can pretty much do no wrong. They're more than likely gonna make it in. They just got to worry about maintaining consistency now and going into the playoffs because consistency has been lacking. Last week, Josh Allen has been very good. Houston is the team that dethroned them, though, and Houston, easily one of the hottest teams in this conference, and it's looking like Houston is going to get in. If any one of these wild card teams doesn't get in and somehow just slips out of it altogether, it would be the Chargers. Mm-hmm. Just because of all those injuries and struggles.
Right.
But they've been thriving as of recently, even with all of that.
Right.
So, in the hunt, we've got the Chiefs, who we brushed up on a little bit, but do we see more voodoo magic out of the Chiefs?
No, they're done.
You don't think so?
No. They could win out and they're still done.
I don't know. I feel like it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
It's over.
Really?
Put me in a wig and I'll start singing.
We don't have to talk about the Dolphins, right? They're out. There's no chance with them.
You didn't even hear my joke.
No, I didn't. I was sorry. I was so focused on the Dolphins. I'll have to go back and watch it later.
It's okay. It's okay.
The Dolphins. We don't even have to talk about them, right?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about them.
But the team we're looking at here is the team that has an experiment on their roster going on right now, a last-second effort to right the ship, and that is the Indianapolis Colts, who are sitting with the same record as Houston, but in the 60s for a percentage difference in making the playoffs. Phillip Rivers, this experiment, it has to work in order for them to get in, and even if it doesn't, Carly Ursay-Gordon is doing this team a lot of favors by leaving them on the radar and making desperation attempts to keep the team alive. They have nothing to lose with this signing.
No.
So that does it for the AFC, and we are going to move on to the NFC.
Yep.
So looking at some of the top teams, the Rams, they're pretty much in.
Yeah.
We don't really have any concerns with them. The Seahawks, they're pretty much in. I don't know if I trust Sam Darnold in the playoffs just yet. The 49ers have been winning a lot of games under the radar. I think they're the team that no one talks about. I think they are genuinely the most underrated team in the NFC right now. All of these percentages, by the way, I didn't explain that, are actual NFL percentages here. The Bears dropped to 60% with the loss to the Packers.
Bear down.
And with the Lions still on their schedule, the Lions had originally beat them by 30. But with both of these teams completely in different situations now, you might see a completely different outlook there. The Packers, they're guaranteed in. Whether they end up winning the division or not, they'll make it as a wild card team regardless. The Eagles, the division is pretty much on lock for them. Mm-hmm. If Dallas were to get in, it would be as a wild card. Detroit with 54% chance. We don't even have to talk about the Minnesota Vikings, right?
No.
9 won't lead them anywhere anyway.
Yeah, this is the last week for Minnesota.
Here's what I'm looking at here primarily. The battle for the NFC South.
Yep.
Both of these teams sitting at 7-6, and they have 2 matchups against each other towards the end of the year. Once, I think, in Week 16 and Week 18. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Bucs sitting with 70%, that high. It just, with how they've been playing lately, it doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, I think if the Panthers wind up sweeping the Buccaneers, Panthers are in.
Oh, yeah. No. I think if Panthers even take one against Tampa, they're the ones that end up winning the South.
Yep.
Overall, the NFC is just a way more heated conference in terms of playoff picture than the AFC. Now, granted, this season has been so much fun, and both conferences have just been a bloodbath so far. Literally, both 8 seeds are literally 8-5. When is the last time you saw something like that happen? At the end of the day, wow, this is going to be a fun race to the finish for everybody. And I am looking forward to it. So that concludes our quick look at the playoff picture. And we turn it over to our weekly stories.
We're having issues with... Oh, never mind. I guess we're not.
Never mind. We got our weekly stories all set up. And we start. You see Kyler Murray on your screen there. Kyler Murray is not taking another snap this season, which... you have to wonder, actually, one of my overreactions or not that I was mulling on but didn't fully get to was that Kyler Murray is done in Arizona. Mm-hmm. Coley, is that an overreaction or not?
No, it's not an overreaction. What do you mean? He's been soft benched. He's healthy enough to play.
Oh,
they just aren't putting him in.
Mm-hmm. And it makes me really sad to see someone who has been this loyal to his franchise, but at the end of the day, the Cardinals got to move on because at the end of the day, it isn't working.
I've been very anti-Kyler since the beginning. This is not something that is news to me. I kind of saw the writing on the walls. Mm-hmm. He's not a great character fit. He's gone through 2 head coaches now on his 3rd, right?
3 head coaches.
3 head coaches on his 4th. Yeah, I mean, this is easy.
Actually, no, you're right. 2 on 3.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that he was on his 3rd. This is easy for me.
Yeah.
This has been on the walls, and I always thought that they should have gotten rid of him instead of Kingsbury.
Oh yeah. let's move on to the injury bug, which we've got a couple people out for the season. The big one that I'm really upset about, you see him right there. It's Daniel Jones, and wow, this was a sad one to watch, especially when you take in all the other injuries Indiana has had to deal with. It makes me so sad, and especially the way Daniel Jones was when he got down. He was just crashing out, was so upset that he couldn't finish the job for the Colts. He knew right away it was a torn Achilles.
Oh, yeah, immediately.
Yeah. Wow. Truly a heartbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at Zach Ertz, that's also a heartbreaker too. And from the reports that I've seen, Zach Ertz is going to be stepping away from football completely.
Yep. Hang on, let me get the official picture. You keep talking. I'm going to basically be playing with the graphics the whole time.
It's truly a heartbreaker because Zach Ertz has been such a great player his whole career, with Philly getting that ring, with Arizona, with Kyler Murray, and that legendary start to the Cardinal season that didn't turn out to much. And his time with the Commanders and Jaden Daniels, it was quite a ride for Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Really. And I wish him the best. And it's very sad that this one's going to look like a career ender.
Mm-hmm. Oh, why did it go back to Daniel Jones? Ah, there it is. This is a good one. Let's talk Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, let's talk Jalen Hurts. He turned the ball over 5 times on Monday Night Football, 2 of which in one play. He managed to get that interception and then recovered the fumble and then fumbled.
Three turnovers in one play.
2 in one play.
No, 3. The fumble from the defense counts as a turnover.
On the
Chargers
end. I thought we were just talking about Jalen Hurts.
2 for Jalen. So the picture I've got on the screen is from All Sports Culture from Instagram that says worst possible QB. You know, like when you would try
Jalen Hurts everything?
Yes.
Jalen Hurts throwing, Jalen Hurts accuracy,
yes.
Jalen Hurts athleticism.
So that's what I've got up right now on the screen. So, yeah, Jalen, what a stinker. What a stinker by Jalen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. While we're talking about the Chargers, Quentin Jammer, one of their corners from the late 2000s and early 2010s, this week he admitted to playing half of his 2011 season, quote-unquote, S-word faced drunk.
Yes.
And on that same post, I saw multiple lowlights from him, and it was, oh my goodness gracious. It was the worst play I had ever seen out of a corner. Like you could literally see he was wasted on the field from the way he was trying to tackle and run around.
Mm-hmm.
It's, oh my goodness. And then I looked at more Quentin Jammer highlights from 2011, and it was the same thing. More of him just getting exposed.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, so next. Oh, I've got Burrow up here next? Nope, wrong one. Oh, where's Darius Slay? He's not on here.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, we're going to stay here, but we're going to talk about Darius Slay. There was supposed to be a picture of Darius Slay. But...
So, Darius Slay, I cannot pronounce words today, was claimed on waivers by the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, so let's get into this one a little bit. I wanted to talk about this one a little bit more in depth. So the article that I'm about to read to you guys is going to be from Pro Football Talk by Mike Florio. 1 week ago to the day, the Bills acquired former Steelers cornerback Darius Slay off of waivers. Slay has still not reported. Per his agent, Slay remains undecided about playing in 2025 for now. Slay is spending time with his family and taking a break from football. The Bills have placed Slay on reserve/did not report list. They have yet to announce any plans beyond that. By all appearances, they are waiting to see what Slay does.
Yeah. It's just... If this is the end for Darius Slay, what a career.
Mm-hmm.
No one even talks anymore about his career in Detroit, which was the most impressive part of his career by far.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he was an all-pro there.
Mm-hmm.
Just, wow. That's going to be a real sad to see him go.
Yep.
And then let's talk about the one that's not being talked about as much, but just happened earlier today. TJ Watt has been hospitalized with a lung injury. And there you see the statement. made by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, so the statement says TJ Watt is currently in a local hospital for further medical evaluation of his lung after experiencing discomfort at the practice facility on Wednesday. He will not be participating on Thursday for practice, and his status for Monday night's game in Miami is questionable. Tomlin will provide updates at an appropriate time.
Wow. Prayers.
Yeah, this one kind of came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a little update from Adam Schefter. Hang on. It says TJ Watt's lung injury occurred during a treatment session at the team facility on Wednesday. Watt has been hospitalized. All right.
Oh, it occurred during a
treatment session for I don't know what. But so prayers up for TJ. This is weird. This is a weird story to get.
Is this a situation where you gotta hold the Steelers medical staff accountable then?
I don't know, unless I don't know. It reminds me of what was it, Tyrod Taylor, who had a collapsed lung because of the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. This is weird because this just happened.
Oh yeah,
it literally happened right before we came on air.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Weird. This one is very strange. And that concludes our weekly stories. So we are soon going to get into our This Sucks rants that we do every week. So basically what we do for This Sucks is Colton and I, we pick a topic that is going on in the NFL and we just go on a rant for it for 2-3 minutes. If you saw the emergency Toxic Couch episode that we did on Tuesday, you will notice I did mine on Red Zone, and it was just... And Red Zone is just a problem right now. But anyway, on to something new. Coley, there is one person that I do not feel like watching on my screen on Thursday night. You have a solid crew. You got Ryan Fitzpatrick. You got all these other dudes that are on there that I can't name right now. Tony Gonzalez definitely is one of them. Richard Sherman is someone the words that come out of his mouth make me want to leave the room and turn off my TV. There have been multiple incidents with him running his mouth and saying stuff that either just isn't true or is completely unprofessional to stay in your setting, or both. Like, do you remember when we were talking as a weekly story way back in the early parts of the season about how he straight up said that his own teammate Russell Wilson was carried by Legion of Boom? Quite professional of you to say on TV, Richard Sherman. This past week, all he could yap about after the game between the Cowboys and the Lions was about how George Pickens doesn't put in effort. Now, was he putting in effort in that game? No, he absolutely was not. But was George Pickens justified in clapping back? Probably not. But when you're in a setting as professional as the one that Richard Sherman is in, you can't be saying that. And this is coming from someone who wants to be going into those situations as well. So it makes me so angry to see someone that is so down on everybody and just so critical, when that's one of the primary things that I am being taught right now, is that I can't be down and critical on people because you never know who's watching. And it makes me so angry because it feels like Richard Sherman can just get away with anything. And that, my friends, is what sucks.
All right, for me, the man on your screen right now is Andrew Luck.
I don't think they can see it.
Oh,
I think it's
you're right. It's still on Sherman. Oh, nope. Hang on. Hey, there you go. The man on your screen is Andrew Luck. If we recall how Andrew Luck's saga went, injury.
Yeah, you don't have to remind me.
And then early retirement on one random preseason day. Mm-hmm. That wasn't even broken by him. It was broken by Adam Schefter.
Yeah.
And he didn't even get a say. Tragic story all around because he was not taken care of.
Yeah.
My friends at home, dearest beloved viewers of Toxic Couch, I bring you a modern day comparison to somebody from our past not so long ago. And that somebody would be Joseph Burrow, Joe Cool, Joey Ice,
Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty, Joe. Listen, this man right here has walked a path that not many of us can, and he's still consistently coming back from injury. And trying, but by the time he comes back, his team's season is over. He is the most sacked quarterback in Super Bowl history. This man and this cheap frickin' franchise has never taken care of who should be a once-in-a-generational talent.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of the brightest QBs who had the brightest future. After his first season, that torn ACL, goes to the Super Bowl in that second season. We're, 6 years in now?
Yeah.
How many times has Burrow played a full season?
I think 3.
I think he's only played 2, if I'm not mistaken, in 3 years. In one of those years, he went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
In the other year, he went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
They need to take care of this man because guarantee you, there are 20 NFL teams that would die to have Joe Burrow and who would do anything to protect him.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you overpay weapons and mismanage a defense.
Yeah.
My friends, the Bengals, the Bungles, that's what sucks. Thank you.
Well, thank you for tuning in to This Sucks. We go into our awards, which is something a little bit more positive, and we start with our MVP, who is Josh Allen. He completed nearly 80% of his passes, threw for 251 yards. He had 4 total touchdowns. The rushing touchdown was awesome to see.
Yes, it was.
And he also had 3 passing. 139.7 passer rating for Josh Allen in that.
Josh.
We move on to our coach of the week, who is DeMeco Ryans of the Texans. There were no super extremely impressive wins this week, but DeMeco Ryans is 6-1, and the Texans have a 91% chance of going to the playoffs, and it is because of the play calling on defense from that man, DeMeco Ryans. You hardly ever see teams getting carried by their defense this much. And with DeMeco Ryans being the defensive-minded coach he deserves all the recognition in the world. And that is why he is winning his 3rd Coach of the Week this season. Offensive Player of the Week is Puka Nacua. 7 catches, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Destroyed the Cardinals secondary this past weekend. Was absolutely excellent there in yet another Rams victory. Defensive Player of the Week. We had one honorary winner and 1 actual winner.
Boom. Oh, what?
No! We get the actual winner.
There he is.
Okay. Yay! Okay. James P. Sullivan is our Defensive Player of the Week with 4 interceptions on Jalen Hurts.
Sully killed it this week.
Oh, yeah. Sully was absolutely dominant. Moving on to our actual Defensive Player of the Week, we have Al-Qadim Muhammad, who had 3 sacks against the Dallas Cowboys, 3 tackles as well. Woo! We love our former Colts. Woo! Offensive Rookie of the Week is none other than Shedeur Sanders of the Cleveland Browns. This week for Shedeur Sanders was 364 yards and 3 touchdowns and was just absolutely dominant. Could have also given it to Cam Ward because he did win that matchup, but Shedeur definitely outdueled him in that game. And we're staying in Cleveland for our Defensive Rookie of the Week, which is Carson Schwessinger, who had 13 total tackles and was just a nightmare for the Titans offense.
Oh.
Maybe the sole nightmare for the Titans offense that week. All right. That concludes awards. Let's go to Colton's power ranking tiers.
Yes, I've changed it because at this point in the season, it is so hard to tell who the number 1 is from the number 5. So I've listed teams that could go either way in a lot of these categories. So Alex, feel free to chime in here. But let's start from the top and go all the way down to the bottom. Super Bowl favorites, I have the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Broncos.
I don't know how you can put Denver in favorites, but not New England.
Because New England's schedule has been a lot easier. A lot. This week for me is going to help prove that New England can do something. I believe in New England. Sam Knox, shout out.
Shout out, Sam.
Shout out,
We love
Sam.
you.
We love you. But New England still scares me. I didn't even put my own team in Super Bowl favorites, okay? And I'm just being realistic because until the Patriots show that they can win and get into... I won't consider the Patriots Super Bowl favorites until they're probably in the championship game. And I'm taking the Broncos over the Patriots pretty much every day. I don't love the Broncos. They have a lot of flaws, but they finally figured it out. And I hate to be the one to say I was wrong, should have believed. But Rams and Seahawks speak for themselves. Holy crap, loaded division, right? Yeah. So Super Bowl contenders, in our next tier, I have the Patriots and the Packers.
Not going to get any arguments from you there.
Yeah, it feels like it's 2015 again. Playoff teams, I have the Bills, which you may be questioning why they're not Super Bowl contenders.
It's because of inconsistency.
Inconsistencies, that's right. The Bears are a playoff team, could potentially fall. And then we've got the Niners. Obviously, they've looked fantastic. Steelers, Chargers, and Jaguars in my playoff teams.
I think you could put the Niners in Super Bowl contenders.
We'll see how the injuries keep treating them. That's my biggest worry with them. They're finally getting healthy again, though.
I think the Niners are incredibly underrated. Just my opinion. Though.
Yeah, I agree. But I think that they belong in that playoff team tier until otherwise. And we'll basically do this up until the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's just no way to do a complete power ranking at this late in the season. All right, potential wild cards. I've got the Cowboys. They could slip in. It would be so bare minimum after their loss this week. But they have shown a lot of promise. That defense is a lot better than I thought it was going to be this late in the season. The Lions have a very clear path forward. It is win 2 games, one of them against the Bears, and then they are in. I can see them whooping up on the Bears. And Lions fans, Joey, please, Lions, go whoop up on the Bears.
Yeah.
Please.
No one likes the Bears.
Potential wild cards. I have the Indianapolis Colts because I am so excited for Phil Rivers. And I want Phil Rivers to go in and shock the world.
Yeah.
I want him to.
I want to too, believe me. I want to believe that will happen, but for now I really would have to put them in the dropping fast tier.
Yes. On the up and up, we have 2 teams that easily could be in the playoff teams or wild card potential. The Texans and the Panthers, both of those teams, I do foresee that they will slip into the playoffs.
Yeah, you're not going to see any disagreements from me. I do think Houston is guaranteed a playoff team by now. Carolina still got some stuff to prove, but they're more than capable of doing so.
In my dropping fast tier, I have the Buccaneers, I have the Eagles, and I have the Ravens.
No disagreements from me here.
Missing the playoffs. So obviously everybody from here and below will be missing the playoffs, obviously. I have the Chiefs missing the playoffs.
They better wake up darn quick, or this is going to be a reality. It could be a reality as soon as this week in terms of being mathematically officially eliminated.
Yep. 1 loss and they're done. But they could also be eliminated if the teams that they keep going up against, especially in their division. Like if you've got a wild card in the Texans who have a 93% chance of making it, Texans get 1 more win. Bye-bye Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like they can't get it through their division. They're already eliminated. They can barely make it through the wild card. The only way that they possibly could was probably through where the Chargers are.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not a lot of wiggle room for them. Mediocre at best. Dolphins, they keep winning games. Mediocre at best.
They're beating up on some bad teams.
Still winning games. Don't apologize for winning in the NFL. Mediocre at best. Not good at all. I have the Bengals. I have the Falcons. I have the Vikings, and I have the Cardinals.
Now, these teams have futures, at least, right?
No.
Oh, boy.
I don't think that the Cardinals have a future. I don't think the Vikings possibly do. Depends on what Justin Jefferson does. I don't think that Atlanta or the Bengals have a future if they are in their current state. That's for sure. None of these teams in their current state have a future. That's what I'll say. Young but intriguing. 3 teams that have been super fun, and the Titans would not have been in this until this week.
Yeah.
Giants, obviously, Jackson Dart, Scattaboo, love it. Shador, holy crap, this might be one of the best young teams we've ever seen. They just can't get on the winning side with the Browns. And then Cam Ward balled out.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously our number 1 pick contention, Commanders. Wow, they're bad.
No, they
Jaden
are.
Daniels
Oh
keeps
my
getting
gosh.
hurt. Saints, they do keep winning. I am slightly intrigued by Tyler Shook, but not enough to consider him. And then I've got the Jets.
Yeah.
Definitely number 1 pick contention. And then I have the Raiders all by their lonesome in sell the team.
Cowboys should be down there, too.
I debated on it, but honestly, the way that Jerry's been handling, like all jokes aside, the way that Jerry handled the defense after trading away Micah and turning it into what they have.
That is
Yeah,
very true.
yeah. I genuinely shocked that he was able to turn that around.
Still would have put him down there, just for the memes.
All right.
All right, and with that, we have our Week 15 game picks, which is our feature presentation.
Yay! All right.
And we start with our Thursday night game, which is between the Falcons and Buccaneers. Both teams wearing throwbacks. Bucco Bruce against the old Falcon.
Tampa needs this. If they don't get this, they're done, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go Tampa because they're the safer option, but I would not be shocked if the Falcons come in and win.
Can I say both teams are going to lose this?
Can you imagine tie?
Yeah, no. Based off the way both of these teams have been playing as of recently, I really can't determine a winner here. But at the end of the day, Tampa does have something at stake, and Raheem Morris is going to stay on the hot seat regardless of whether or not he wins this game. So let's go Tampa.
All right. This is a good game.
This is my Toxic Couch game of the week.
Understandable.
We got the Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots.
Oh, this is tough, Alex. This is so tough. Patriots took it last time.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, this is tough. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Oh my gosh.
Let me sit on it. You talk first, and then I'll go from there.
I got the Bills. The Bills need to wake up now. And if they want a chance at the division, this is must-win football. I actually think they're mathematically knocked out if they lose this. The Patriots can clinch the division with a win, but the Bills need this, and they need it now. Josh Allen is still the king of this division until further notice. That further notice would be the Patriots winning this. They are definitely the safe pick here this late in the year. The Bills are going to end the Patriots' 10-game winning streak.
I'm sticking with the Patriots. Vrabel's a hell of a coach.
Oh, yeah.
Drake May making really good decisions. One of the most conservative passers in the entire game. Their defense is also surprisingly scary. The Bills can get cold.
Yeah.
They can get really cold. So I'm going to go with the Patriots.
All right. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's weird, the graphic, like, partially. There we go.
Yeah. This is a tough one for me.
Not for me.
Really.
Yeah, Chargers.
That's it? Just Chargers? No reasoning behind it?
Have you watched the Chiefs this year?
I'm telling you, dude, the voodoo magic is coming. And with the Chargers not fully and extremely healthy yet, no better time for Mahomes in the clutch than right now. I can eat my words later on. You can give me some sort of bet. You can make me do something next week if they don't win. But the voodoo magic is going to make its mark.
You're telling me that the Chargers are less healthy than the Chiefs, who are missing 3 of their starting offensive linemen this week. And Khalil Mack is still on the edge. He may be old, but he is still
That is
agile.
very true. I can't see a world. My brain still hasn't convinced me that there's a world where the Chiefs miss out yet.
Mm-mm.
I'm very sorry.
All right. This is an interesting game.
The Ravens and the Bengals.
This is interesting. Alex, I am going to take the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow. And I think that he's going to be the final nail in the coffin for the Ravens.
I'm actually with you. The way Joe Burrow has been playing this season, he's been so dominant. I can't see him come to a halt against the Ravens of all teams. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
All right. Next one up, a team that I hate.
Yep. Now we have the New York Jets taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville, no questions asked, unfortunately. I don't love it, but that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I got to go with the Jaguars too. They've had kind of an easy schedule. I don't know how good they'll actually be come playoff time, but that's where we are. So that wraps up the CBS early window, and now we go to the Fox early window. And we start with an easy one. The Raiders taking on the Eagles. Do we even have to discuss this?
No. I don't think so.
I mean,
this is easy.
Unless Jalen Hurts puts up another 5-turnover stinker.
Yeah.
And Kenny Pickett comes out of nowhere against the former team that he won a Super Bowl with, then, yeah, otherwise it's Eagles.
All right, I'm with you. Eagles.
Now we have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Chicago Bears.
Cleveland. I've never rooted for you so hard. Myles Garrett, break the sack record against Caleb Williams. Please. And on top of that, Shedeur has been playing his butt off. It is time for Cleveland to win. It is time for Cleveland to play spoiler.
The Browns are going to play spoiler. But against any team not named the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears are one of the best teams in the NFL.
No!
Yes.
No, they are not.
Yes.
No, we've gone over this. They've beaten soft teams.
And you were tripping every single time. And at the end of the day, Cleveland is another soft team until they can grow and develop more.
I think that they've developed, my friend.
And for those reasons, I am going with the Bears. You say they developed, but they lost to the Tennessee Titans.
Four tuds.
Lost to the Tennessee Titans.
Give it to me.
Now we have the only game that I think is even a discussion for the Fox early window, which is the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants. Safe to say I'm not watching this one.
Yeah, this is probably the worst game all week. I'll take the Giants. I like Jackson Dart in this one.
Yeah, no, the Giants are young and intriguing, and I want to see what more Jackson Dart can do.
Oh.
The Commanders are playing for absolutely nothing and have no defense, so I'm going to go with the Giants. And finally, for the Fox early window, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Houston Texans.
Texans by 100.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. This is going to be
a shutout. They won't.
I don't know
points.
if it's a shutout.
Oh, it's a shutout.
No,
Calling it
Brissett and McBride will put up points. But
Shut up.
It won't be many, but unfortunately, my Colts fan in me has to pick the Texans here.
Mm-hmm.
Now we go to the late window of games, which is absolutely stacked, by the way.
Yeah.
Starting out with the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos.
This is so tough for me because I know the Broncos are a good team and they do scare me, but I think we also scare them. I think that if you had to compare NFC teams to one another, it would be the Packers and the Broncos. I don't like how the Packers have played on the road. It's been really bad. However, I think the Packers' offensive line is healthy enough; they'll hold up. I'm gonna take the Packers reluctantly.
Unfortunately, I'm against you. The Broncos are the only team in the NFL that have not lost at home this year. And you talk about how bad the Packers have played on the road. and all the issues that they've had, and this defense is no joke. I know that Green Bay's isn't a joke either, but this is really no joke with this defense. This might be This might be one of the first games all year where Jordan Love really, truly struggles. Well, actually,
Toyota-thon, baby.
that's
Toyota-thon.
that's so true.
It is late November,
Genuinely,
early December football.
genuinely think this defense is good enough.
Toyota-thon Jordan Love is unstoppable.
I am going to take the Broncos here, unfortunately.
Okay.
We have another late afternoon game that's exciting.
Very
between
exciting.
the Colts and the Seahawks.
Phillip Rivers plays. I think it's a coin flip. Phillip Rivers no play. Seahawks by 1,000. So I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, it really depends on who they put in. I don't know who else they would put in. Brett Rippon, maybe?
Yeah.
Either way, I think the Colts' downfall is going to continue, sadly.
Yeah.
So I got Seattle winning. Now we go to
Good game.
America's Game of the Week on Fox between the Lions and the Los Angeles Rams.
Lions need it. The Lions need it. They are not healthy enough to go get it, though. That's what worries me. Jared Goff has put up some stinkers of games, too. But this is a good game. I'm going to go with the Rams for safety, but I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit took it.
I'm with you. I'm going to go with the Rams here. This team has just been way too hot. When was the last time they actually lost a game besides the freak loss to the Panthers?
Right.
The Rams are definitely the safe pick here.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
Niners, no questions.
Yeah, Niners, no-brainer
No
for
questions. All right, moving on.
me. Yeah. And then we got the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Division matchup should be closer than you expect it, but I'm going to go Panthers. They're fighting for something.
Tyler Shook already got his victory against Carolina. Bryce Young isn't going to give it to them so easy this time around. I'm going to give it to the Panthers here.
Ooh.
Now on Sunday night, we got kind of an underrated rivalry
Oh.
against teams that have been struggling a little bit this year, but we got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys defense shutting down 9. Give me Dallas.
Yeah, no, Vikings have no chance. Their season's pretty much cooked
No.
against any somewhat relevant team.
No.
Give me Dallas. And last but not least, the Monday night game between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With or without TJ Watt, it doesn't matter. Steelers.
No, Aaron Rodgers has been able to put up a good amount of effort as of recent. Just give me the Steelers here. And that should end our Week 15 game picks.
That it does.
Which means that wraps up this episode of Toxic Couch
hang
TV.
Hang on. Let's go here.
Where are we going to go? On an adventure?
Yeah, we're just going to sit here and talk. All right. Cool. A lot of big things going to happen in the next few weeks here.
Oh, yeah.
4 weeks, and everything could be decided.
Oh, yeah.
Some teams are locks. Some teams
Everything
are
could
not.
be decided as early as this week.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That would be crazy because then no, not the North. Even if the Packers win, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that they've got it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything else either. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. It was exam week this week for us.
I'm tired, and then we still have stuff to do tonight.
Oh, yeah. So that wraps up this episode of Toxic Couch TV. But before we go, just a big thank you once again to our sponsor, Heinrich's Harmony, offering Christ-centered piano, guitar, and voice lessons, plus worship band and ensemble opportunities for musicians of all levels. If you're looking for lessons that inspire both your talent and your faith, visit stepstograce.com and scroll down to Heinrich's Harmony, where faith and music come together in perfect harmony.
That's right, Alex, and we're going to start the show how we began. Make sure that you like and subscribe. We are actually 3 followers away on Twitch to being able to be Twitch partners, so that would be a really big deal for us. Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you for watching us, bearing with us. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, please, 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 because I cannot stand streaming on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, please ignore what I just said. And keep coming back every single week. We need 50 subscribers on YouTube, though, so that we can ditch these guys. All right. I don't have anything else.
With that, I have nothing else to say. I guess I just want to thank you guys for tolerating us every single week. And with that, I got nothing else.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Toxic Couch TV.